Hi guys, Joe Kerins, Senior Planner with Paradigm Financial Group and Elite Collegiate Planning and Certified College Planning Specialist, here with Clay Kovatch today, and wanted to do a quick video on building a college list. Now, Clay's a recent graduate, so he has much more recent experience with this than I did, but wanted to really go in and have a conversation about how you built a college list, because one of the things that we want to strive to help families do is build a list of schools that are a good fit for not just the financial side, but everything else, right? The demographics. Hey, does this school have sororities, fraternities, right? Is it in a town? Is it in a city, right? We really want to narrow down what are likes and dislikes to help families really choose the schools that their kids would be a good fit at. Being that you have, done this recently, how did you go about building a college list?
Well, I probably went about it slightly the wrong way, but looking back on it, I could say it came up quick, and what I did first was every school that I've ever been interested in or heard of was on my list. So the first school I applied to is University of Hawaii because that sounded cool. And from there I went on and added schools that, I saw football, that I saw friends go to. So I had Alabama, South Carolina, West Virginia, Florida, those kind of big schools. And then I started to do local, I went Temple, Villanova, Pitt, Penn State, all of that, Drexel. And I realized I might have applied to a few more places that I actually didn't want to go to. There was a few places that I applied to just because I thought, well, I should apply. And I think a lot of that is you pick the schools and then you say, oh, I filled out the Common App already, so I could just pay the application fee and send 10 more. So I probably ended up applying to about 15 schools, which is maybe a little more, but I'd rather have more than less. I would say the best way to go about it, though, is find out what you think is your best major, and then find out your range, because sometimes you apply to a school far away and you haven't even thought. Like me going to Hawaii. I didn't even think about the logistics. I just thought that sounded cool. But in reality, that wasn't somewhere that I actually would have wanted to go. So I would say the number one thing to do is find a major you like. Find schools that have that major. And then think about your range. Do you want to go far away or do you want to stay local? Apply to some local schools, apply to some far away schools, and try to get a list where if you got acceptances from everywhere, you would be deciding between all of them. Because some of the schools I applied to, I wasn't deciding between all of them. There were 4 or 5 of them that I got into and thought, I probably don't want to go there. And that's kind of wasteful. So I think the best thing to do is apply to schools that you find fit and you would go to, and then you can make the decision and work on the financial side of it.
What was the determining factor for you? You had this list, like you said, you had some schools that, even if you got accepted, you weren't going there, but you still applied. You narrowed it down. When you ended up narrowing down your list, how many schools was that list down to?
It was 4.
Okay.
It was probably my list that I came down to. And it was really a decision between local, far away, and then is it a big school or a small school? And I ended up going with far away, small school, which if you asked me in high school, I would have said the complete opposite, But that's how I ended up picking mine. I got down to 4 schools that I would have gone to that were very different from one another and all focused on my major very well.
Okay, good. How did you turn down Hawaii?
I turned down Hawaii once I thought about...
Hawaii. Come on. I mean, it's Hawaii.
I've always been sort of a homebody, but I was willing to push myself to go further away. I ended up going down to Florida, which was far enough because once I realized if I went to Hawaii, I would only be able to come home for Christmas and summer, maybe. That was enough for me to decide that maybe it didn't make the most sense. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, good. So, just a little bit too far.
Right.
Yeah. I joke. We went, my wife and I went to Hawaii on our honeymoon. And I always joked about it. I was like, how's this flight so long? Because whenever you grow up looking at a school map, it's right off the coast of California.
Exactly.
It's that little box. It's right there. It's not that far. Yeah.
You jumped through a portal.
Yeah. No. Well, listen, guys, appreciate Clay sitting down with me today. We're going to have plenty more videos like this. Please like, subscribe to be in tune. We're going to have a lot more information. College knowledge. We call this elite college knowledge. And we have conversations or just one-on-one talks directly to you at home. So thanks for listening. Again, like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.